I'm showing you, they're side by side in the truck. They can't go on top of each other. We can only fit them in that space. And the actual fan shroud is how the radiator sits, which is crooked. Let me see here, which one's the top? Here's the top. You can see it sits in there cockeyed like that to make them two fit in the original Ram. In order to make it fit in here, I'm going to have to cut all this out. Well, I won't have to cut that out, but if we want better airflow, I'd cut them sides out. But I'll have to cut these out on both sides, and the battery tray will have to go. Do you understand? So what I've done today is I made this rocker, did that patch, and I welded the other rocker in that I made Monday, I think. But yeah, the second one was way easier. I still have a lot to do on this side because the rocker's already done, but got some rot there and a hole there. Got a patch. But other than that, it's coming along pretty easy. Still gonna make a patch for this too. But we are definitely held up on trying to figure out what we're doing with the radiator and AC condenser in this. In the, what is it, 05 and up Ram, they're actually side by side. So I think I discussed this in another video. So it's kind of hard to figure out how to get them in there. Other than that though, I'm pretty fried right now from all the welding today. So I'm going to call it. Tomorrow, oh, I also have a drive shaft I have to fix. I got to put U-joints in this. This is off of the blue D150. Drive shaft, the yoke, or the joints are gone on it, front and back. This is actually the 06 Hemi yoke, and this is the 80 yoke, and you can see in there, it don't start till like back here, and that's about all he had, right through here, holding his yoke in. So this one's fully, I don't know what you call it, toothed. Anyway, it slips on all the way instead of like barely. So I'm gonna put a adapter U-joint in there, and this thing will be good to go. And I'm also gonna put a rear seal on his transmission. So that's cool, easy peasy right there. But I'm done. So the first thing on today's agenda is these U-joints. Done replace that one, like 5 minutes, saw how long it takes, no problem at all. Doing the front ones now. You can see how wore out these things are. In fact, the C-clips that hold them in back here, they were so, has been so loose for so long, I hooked them with a pick like this and they fell out. That's how old it is. So new one's going in. This is for the D150, but I'll put it in the same as the D100 video, just to show you, this is what I'm doing. I do everything here, literally as much as humanly possible. About the only thing I don't do is the aluminum drive shafts. I don't cut them because we don't have a TIG. I have a TIG at home, but it's only a DC, so I can't even weld aluminum. No big deal. And now that I think about it, we can probably get a spool gun for the 140 and weld them up. But again, neither one of us has ever done aluminum. So the steel drive shafts, we cut them and weld them all the time. No big deal. Never have any problems. U-joints, no problem. We can do all that stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, drive shaft. Look. That should be in there tight. I even have the clip in. It's spinning. I think your yoke needs replaced, unless they have like 100,000th bigger U-joint. Today all of a sudden it decided it wanted to get hot again. But so we basically have no choice but to do the cut as I suggested. So I got some round rod, some 1/4-inch round rod. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to put the round rod behind it to keep it strong on both spots, up and down. This part I'm going to just run some bead on because it should stay strong. But as for now, all this, the battery box, all this and this is to come out. This is staying, it don't have to come out. This is the only way you're going to fit the side-by-side design to keep the AC and everything. As the boss / owner of this vehicle says, if you can't keep the AC, what's the point in doing all that? You know, it's easy to swap in something without AC and heat. That's easy stuff. Putting factory AC and heat in here, that's where things get difficult. So I'm gonna unbolt the battery box from back behind this and then start cutting out, well, all of this. Not all this, but all that stuff. And I'm not sure if I'm going to try to round it like this yet. See how it's got that rounded edge to it back here? I don't know how far I'm gonna go with that. If I can weld this in here basically straight, then I probably will, because I can just hammer it back once I get it hot. And the same with the sides. It's gonna look perfectly good. We already put the grill up there. Where these little holes are here that we were worried about, we can just push the grill up a little bit because the grill is aluminum. And then I am going to probably black out everything behind here so you'll never notice anyway. If nobody was to see this thing and it was like a built race, it would be like full on sleeper. I mean, it's probably still a full on sleeper because by the time we're done, you'll never know there's a Hemi in it until you pop the hood. So it's going to be sweet. As you can see, I got the round rod welded all the way down through there. And on the sides, it actually didn't make that big of a difference, but it did, you know what I'm saying? As far as airflow, it's got, gosh, I'm going to say 40% more airflow now. Yeah, I'm welded round rod through on both sides, and it's behind here, and there is all the strength still there. It didn't affect it at all. Welded where the mounts were, excuse me, on both sides to pinch weld them back together. Battery box is gone. That didn't affect how strong the fenders are or nothing, so just rotted out though, so I'll probably have to fix that. Other than that, we're good. I think we're gonna black this out though, I'm not sure, but I'll find that out later. But now I am going to start test fitting and trying to get the radiator and AC condenser in here.